Jesse Owens, 1936. One of the most legendary athletes of all time. Alabama native Jesse Owens' performance at the 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin won him 4 gold medals, broke world records and simultaneously defied the racist Nazi agenda promoted by Adolf Hitler. Abebe Bikila, 1960. The next time you're not in the mood to exercise, think of Abebe Bikila. The Ethiopian marathon runner became the first black African to win a gold medal when he won the men's marathon at the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome. We should mention he did it barefoot. 4 years later, he competed and won again, marking the first time anyone had won the marathon twice. While he wore shoes the second time around, he also underwent an appendectomy just over a month before running the race. Andstill set a world record. Peggy Fleming, 1968. While she won the only gold medal for the United States at the 1968 Winter Olympics in Grenoble, France, Peggy Fleming simultaneously skated into the hearts of Americans watching from home, for the first time live and in color, mind you, and has since been credited with changing figure skating. Tommie Smith. With their black-gloved fists in the air, only black socks on their feet and their heads bowed, African-American sprinters Tommie Smith and John Carlos, who won the gold and bronze medals respectively, left their mark on history as they used that now iconic moment atop podiums to protest racism. Nadia Comaneci, 1976. At just 14 years old, Romanian gymnast Nadia Comaneci did what had never been done before at the Olympics when she became the first gymnast to be awarded a perfect 10. The United States hockey team, 1980. Deemed the miracle on ice, the United States men's hockey team stunned the world when they won against the favored Soviet Union team at the 1980 Winter Games, held in Lake Placid, New York amid the Cold War. Sponsored links by Taboola. Top online RPG. Hero Wars. Florence Griffith Joyner, 1988. Famously known as Flo Jo, the late California native and 3-time gold medalist remains the fastest woman of all time after setting the existing Olympic records for the 100 and 200-meter dashes in 1988. More than 3 decades later, they still stand. Greg Louganis, 1988. Despite hitting his head on the diving board during the preliminary rounds, Greg Louganis went on to win 2 gold medals at the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul, bringing his career total to 4. Derek Redmond, 1992. It was a striking moment between a father and son forever memorialized in Olympics history. British sprinter Derek Redmond unforgettably suffered a torn hamstring mid-race at the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona, but tearfully made it to the finish line, with an arm around his dad. Sponsored links by Taboola. You will be surprised to know the price of villas in Dubai. Villas in Dubai. The United States basketball team, 1992. The United States basketball team assembled for the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona was a lineup of some of the sport's greatest, including Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Magic Johnson and Karl Malone. They won the gold and were later inducted into the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. After all, they weren't nicknamed the Dream Team for nothing. Nancy Kerrigan, 1994. While American figure skater Nancy Kerrigan ended up bringing home the silver after competing at the 1994 Winter Olympics in Lillehammer, Norway, it was the attack she suffered after a practice a month earlier that will live forever in infamy. Kerri Strug, 1996. At the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta, then 18-year-old gymnast Kerri Strug secured the gold for the women's team after landing her second vault with an injury. Strug was so hurt, she crawled away after landing and was eventually carried back in by coach Bella Caroli to receive her medal. Sponsored links by Taboola. Villas for sale in Dubai might surprise you. Villas in Dubai. Eric Musambani, 2000. At the 2000 Summer Games in Sydney, Eric Musambani, a then 22-year-old swimmer from Equatorial Guinea, competed in the first qualifying heat of the men's 100-meter freestyle. If you're wondering why this remains a significant moment in Olympics history, We should mention that he had never even seen a 50-meter pool before that day. There was also the fact that he did not know he would be competing in the 100-meter until arriving in Australia and had instead been mistakenly told he would be swimming half that. Still, despite not having a coach and having trained with limited access to a swimming pool, Musambani's story took another turn when his fellow competitors were disqualified for making false starts. Alone, he ultimately completed the race. Birgit Fischer, 2004. German kayaker and 8-time Olympic gold medalist Birgit Fischer's story is a reminder that you really shouldn't put a time limit on winning a gold medal. After all, there's more than 2 decades between her first, which she won as the youngest in the field, and the one she most recently took home at the 2004 Summer Games in Athens, as the oldest competitor. She was 42 years old at the time. Michael Phelps, 2004. The most decorated Olympian of all time, swimmer Michael Phelps kicked off his winning spree at the 2004 Summer Games in Athens when he took home 6 gold medals and 8 total. Sponsored links by Taboola. Janet Jackson's son is all grown up. Sizzle fee. Usain Bolt, 2008. At his first Olympics in 2008 in Beijing, the Jamaican sprinter left his mark on the sport when he set world and Olympic records as he won the 100 and 200-meter dashes. Before retiring, Bolt won 8 gold medals and continues to hold the Olympic records. He even set new ones in 2012, for the 100-meter, 200 meterand 4x100 meters relay. Shaun White, 2018. Of his 3 Olympic gold wins, it's possible his 2018 victory is the sweetest. After all, he nabbed the gold with the final run of the men's halfpipe competition at the Winter Games in Pyeongchang, South Korea, a victorious comeback after placing 4th 4 years earlier in Sochi. In that moment, White made history as the first snowboarder ever to win 3 gold medals. Simone Biles, 2020. Midway through the Tokyo Games, the GOAT withdrew from the gymnastics team final to focus on her mental health. Ultimately, she chose to sit out all subsequent competitions until returning for the balance beam final, in which she took home bronze. Her candor and decision to put her mental needs first sparked an important conversation not only among athletes but throughout the world. I know that I helped a lot of people and athletes speak out about mental health and saying no, she said after the games. Because I knew I couldn't go out there and compete. I knew I was going to get hurt.